Hello guys and welcome to today's video, and we're going to do something a little bit different this time. The Atlantic is pretty much, it's dead. It's just what it is. We haven't had a named storm in the Atlantic since I think July 3rd. So we're going on a month and a week of no activity whatsoever besides, Invest 97L, but that's not really doing too well right now. But what we're going to talk about today is Invest 90W in the Western Pacific. And this system could go on to affect Japan as a tropical cyclone, maybe even a strong tropical storm. So this is the GFS. This was initialized at 18Z, and we're looking around here, right here. This is our area right here where you see these two dots, or I'm circling or squaring around here. So the shear right now is not that good. It's 30 knots of shear and 53% relative humidity. So these items are not really good right now. But as we head out through 24 hours, it looks like it's starting to tighten up just a tiny little bit. We're 25 knots of shear and 63% relative humidity. The relative humidity is going up, but not as well. At this point, we're at 992 millibars, I believe. But we can't check the soundings there because it's so close to land. So maybe 998. But here we are at hour 60, and it looks like it might have made landfall in Japan, but it also might be 5 or 10 miles off the coast as well. So if we could take a sounding, we probably can't. I don't know why it would do that, but as you can see, after that point, it just kind of races off to the northeast and away from Japan, and it turns into an extratropical cyclone. So what does this mean for rainfall totals and other such things? So how about some wind? Why don't we get some 10-meter winds in here? It looks like there might be some yellows and oranges in there. This could be a severe tropical storm for Japan. If this, I can't tell what colors are in there, to be honest, because there's no real close up. But regardless of what happens, you're definitely looking at tropical storm force winds probably on the Japanese coast as time goes by. What about the rainfall totals? Total accumulated. We are looking on the coast anywhere from 100 to 150 millimeters of rain. Let's go check how much that is. Here's 2 inches. About 4 to 6 inches of rain, which is still plenty enough rain to cause flooding concerns in some areas, especially if you're in low-lying areas like the coastline. So, Saturday, Sunday might be the time to just stay inside, hunker down, and just take care of what you got to take care of. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the ECMWF. And once more here, there's our two ISO bars there. 24 knots of shear and 54% relative humidity. So it's not good. But then the 24-hour mark, we start to tighten it up just a little bit. 22 knots of shear and 55% relative humidity. Still not looking too good. I think that's 1,003 millibars. Can't check. And it makes landfall on Japan as 1,001 millibar tropical storm. And then it starts to strengthen as it crosses over. So, we could be looking at some decent wind gusts in these areas. Yeah, as you can see, there's some greens and yellows popping up. So that's anywhere from 40 to 46 knots with higher gusts even than that. So, you're definitely going to have to, secure loose items outside. That's for sure, because these winds are going to be strong enough to pick these up and move them around, you're probably going to get some, down power lines, and some other minor things like tree branches falling off and what have you. Here's the total accumulation for the system, and it's pretty much painting the same picture as about the GFS here. We're looking anywhere from 70 to 150 millimeters on the coastline, the immediate coastline. So just be aware of that. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the CMC as well, and you can see that it tightens it up pretty quickly as we head into the 30 to 36 hour mark, and then you see we got 1,003 millibar tropical storm here, and it makes landfall. It looks like it makes landfall. Let me double check that. Yeah, it makes a landfall as a 1,003 millibar tropical storm, and it just races off as well. So we're going to take a look at the winds here, and most of that tropical storm force winds are on the eastern side of this. I'm not sure if they're going to be on the western side. I mean, I would assume that they probably will in gust, but that's what the 10 meters shows for that. And as you can see, the CMC does not paint the rainfall pictures of the GFS and the European. As you can see, they're showing for less rain from this. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the sea surface temperatures here, and you can see where this thing is. We're looking at 29 to 30 degrees Celsius waters, which is really, really warm. So it has plenty of rocket fuel, but the thing is right now it's getting blasted by northeasterly shear, and that's why it's not looking too good right now. But these waters heading up towards the Japanese coast are still that of 30, 29, and 28 degrees Celsius. So it got plenty of warm water to work with as we head out through the next 3 or so days. So now we're going to take a look at the heat potential here, where the system is about now. And actually, hold on, let me pull up where this actually is. 90W, 28.1. And you can see that it has the heat potential here to use, but say the storm was moving slowly, it wouldn't have that. It actually wouldn't have that much to use because the waters turn up, and whatever heat potential there is typically goes away because it upwells cooler water. But it's going to be pretty quick mover, so probably won't have to be worrying about upwelling during this system. So we're going to just have to see how it does over the next couple of days. All right, so now before we get out of here, I'm going to go over the particulars for you guys here. This is located at 28.1 north, 137.7 east. Maximum winds are at 20 knots to 25 miles per hour. And minimal central pressure is at 1,006 millibars. So this is what the GEF shows. And it looks like we do got mostly a landfall here on the GEFS. Anywhere from, these green colors, which is 1,005 to 1,000. You got some yellows in there, 1,000 to 990. And then you got some oranges in there too, which represents 990 to 980 millibars. The GEPS, also predicts landfall on the eastern Japanese coast, but they're not as strong as the GEFS. And we all know that the GEPS is normally bearish, but obviously not as bearish as the European. But it also shows landfall here. All right, so with that being said, I want everybody to take care in Japan. Pick up the loose items on the ground in case you guys do get wind. That's pretty important. Because even say if you get even 40 miles per hour, even those tiny little things on the ground can be lifted up and flown elsewhere, or maybe break a window. So with that being said, take care in Japan. Obviously it's not going to be like a typhoon or a monster or anything like that. Just your garden variety tropical storm. You know, I don't know if you're even going to have to be dealing with flooding. Some models, like I said, predict 4 to 6 inches. Some of them only, like an inch. So I will be back again with some more for you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys then.